Okay, dear students, a very good morning to all of you. So welcome back to Sri Ramanuja Vidya Mandir. So to this lecture number 7 on kinematics. So now in this session, I would like to focus only on solving the homework which I have given recently in the last week. That is particularly in the booklet material, that is booklet number 2. Okay, I selected some few questions and I gave you as a homework. I hope students you have done that. That is mostly based on the 6 lectures which I have given in the last week, students, based on distance, displacement, velocity and acceleration. Okay, so today's session I would solve a few problems, some important problems on that homework, and then next session will be based on equations of motion. Okay, so the 4 equations: v equal to u plus at, s equal to ut plus half at square, v square minus u square equal to 2as, sn is equal to u plus a into n minus half. So based on that we'll be having 2-3 sessions, and then afterwards we'll see vertical motion, okay, that is motion under gravity, and then afterwards we'll go for graphs and then projectiles and all. Okay, students. So anyway, so today's session is about solving the homework problems. Okay, students. So I think some students have solved and they have sent whatever they have solved as a PDF or image they have sent, but many of the students have not sent. So I request all the students should solve these homework problems as soon as possible, students, because now since the number of lectures are increasing, the number of questions that you practice also should increase. If you don't increase your practice of questions, then it's very difficult to absorb these concepts and go to higher concepts. Okay, right now just we are discussing only basic definitions: distance, displacement, velocity and acceleration. But now as you move on, the topics will be, the concepts covered will be little higher. So therefore you need more absorption. That means you need more practice, you need more clarity. So I request all the students, please do the homework regularly. Every day you should solve minimum 20 questions. Okay, students. So that is that should be the target of those who are preparing for IIT or NEET. Okay, students. So minimum, actually it should be 40, but at least minimum 20 questions everybody should be solving. Okay, students. So now today's session will start with the homework problems. Okay, students. So here you can see. So I just took the PDF of our material. Okay. So I think first question, second question, third questions are very easy. You can easily solve. Okay. So first question is: a boy goes 10 meters towards north, 20 meters towards east. Then what is the displacement? Directly root over 10 square plus 20 square. Okay. I think there is no need to solve this one. Second question also: in 1 second a particle goes from point A to point B, moving in a semicircle of radius 1 meter. What is the magnitude of average velocity? Average velocity means what, students? Displacement by time. So now if the body is covering from here to here like this, suppose let's say the body is covering like this, it is covering, okay, from A to B, okay, but displacement means this entire diameter. So therefore average velocity is equal to total displacement by time. Total displacement means 2 times of r divided by time 1. So therefore we know 2 by 1. So that means 2 meters per second. Okay, students. So this is very easy. Third one also: an athlete completes 1 round of a circular track of radius r in 40 seconds. What will be his displacement at the end of 3 minutes 20 seconds? So for completion of one round, he needs 40 seconds. So now you can easily calculate 3 minutes 20 seconds means 200 seconds. So now for 200 seconds, how many rounds he will complete, you can see, and then you can calculate. I think it's very easy. What will be his displacement at the end of 3 minutes 20 seconds? Okay, so that means 200 seconds. 200 means for 200 divided by 40. Okay, student. So you can easily do it. So next one is I think 14th one. The velocity of an object moving rectilinearly is given as a function of time by v equal to 4t minus 3t square, where v is in meters per second and t is in seconds. The average velocity of the particle between t equal to 0 to t equal to 2 seconds. Okay, students. So now let us do it. Velocity function is given. V is equal to, velocity function is given as v is equal to 4t minus 3t square. 4t minus 3t square. V is equal to 4t minus of 3t square. Now they are asking us to calculate what is the average velocity from time t equal to 0 to time t equal to 2 seconds. Okay, from t equal to 0 to t equal to 2 seconds. Okay, students. So now we know what is the formula for the average velocity, students. Average velocity is equal to total displacement delta x divided by delta t. Total displacement divided by total time. That is the formula for the average velocity. Okay, students. So total displacement by total time. Okay. This is delta x means displacement. X means position. Please remember, students. Okay. Now here they have not given displacement. Okay. Actually displacement delta x means what, students? Xf minus xi. That means final position minus initial position by tf minus ti. Okay. So for that we need the function of x. X is called as what, students? Position. X is called as position. Okay. So we need to calculate the position. Okay. X is called as position. So now velocity is given. How to get the position, students? As I told you that from x, if you want velocity, then you should go for differentiation. And from velocity you should go, if you want acceleration, you should go for differentiation. And from acceleration, if you want velocity, you should go for integration. Similarly, from velocity, if you want position, you should go for integration. So here we want x. So therefore you should go by integration. So now you can easily calculate x is equal to integral v dt. So that is equal to integral v 4t minus of 3t square times of dt. Correct or not, students? So that is equal to 4 into, here you have to be careful, students, 4 t square integration formula minus of 3 into t cube by 3, of course, plus c. Okay, so that is equal to 2t square minus t cube plus c. This is the function for x. Now x final means in this, if you substitute t equal to 2, then you will get xf. Correct or not, students? This xf you will get when you substitute t equal to 2. And x initial means when you substitute t equal to 0 in this, you will get x initial. Okay. So let us substitute here substitute t equal to 2 here. So that means 2 into 2 square minus 2 cube plus c. Okay, students, minus of, now if you substitute x initial, that means 0. 2 into 0 minus 0 plus c. Okay, students, 0 cube actually. So it doesn't make any difference. Now c will get cancelled anyway. 0 0 divided by t final 2 minus 0. So that is equal to how much, students? So this is a 4 2's 8. 8 minus 8 divided by 2. But 8 minus 8 is 0. So therefore 0 meters per second. Okay, students. So I hope you understood this one. So basically if you remember this one, then it is very easy how to obtain a quantity from a given quantity. Okay, students. So that is about this question. Now let us move to the next one. After 14th, next question is eighteenth one. The velocity of a particle is v equal to v naught plus gt plus ft square. If its position is x equal to 0 at t equal to 0, then its displacement after unit time. Displacement, students. Okay. I told you that displacement, whenever you want to calculate displacement, we can calculate as delta x is equal to integral v dt, and then directly you can substitute the limits. After unit time is from 0 to 1, directly you can calculate. Okay, students. That is also we can calculate, or what you call calculate x and then calculate substitute t equal to 0 and t equal to 1. Like that also you can easily calculate. Okay, students. So let us do this one. Then is displacement after unit time. Okay. So first write down the equation. V is equal to V naught plus GT plus FT square. So V is equal to V naught plus GT plus FT square. This is the given function. Correct or not, students? V is equal V equal to V naught plus GT plus FT square. GT plus FT square. Now they are asking us to find out what is the displacement. Correct or not, students? So displacement is equal to V dt from 0 to 1. Okay, so that is equal to, whenever we want to calculate displacement, then we can substitute the limits. But whenever we are asked to find out the position, then we should not substitute the limits. Directly we should calculate x is equal to v dt. This will give us position. This will give us what, students? When you substitute the limits, then it will give us displacement. Okay, students. So delta x is equal to integral, that is v naught plus gt plus ft square times of dt from 0 to 1. So that is equal to, if you separate the terms and then integrate, that is v naught t plus g t square by 2 plus f t cube by 3. Okay, students, t cube by 3. Now substituting the limit 0 to 1. Here you don't have to write the constant plus c, students. So that means v naught plus g, this is 1 by 2, so that means g by 2 plus f by 3, and then minus of, if you substitute in all the three terms, t is there, so 0 0 0, so that means we don't have to write. Correct or not, student? So answer will be this one, v naught plus g by 2 plus f by 3. V naught plus g by 2 plus f by 3. I think option C is the correct answer. Okay, so this is the 18th question. Then afterwards we have, I think 24th question. A particle located at x equal to 0 at time t equal to 0 starts moving along with the positive x direction with a velocity v that varies as v equal to alpha root x. Then the displacement of the particle varies with time as. Okay, students. So generally until now whatever problems I gave or whatever problems you solved, in that v is given as a function of time t. V is given as a function of time t generally. V is suppose let's say t square plus 2t, like that we have given. But here v is given as a function of x. So therefore here we have to be careful, students. So now the displacement of the particle varies with time as. Okay. So now let us see how to solve this one. V is equal to alpha root x. V is equal to alpha root x. V is given as alpha times of root x, which is not a function of time t, students. It is a function of x. Okay. So now if you want to calculate the, what you call, from velocity, if you want to calculate position or displacement, what you have to do, students? Integration. Okay. So here the way we have to integrate is slightly different, students. Okay. We know what is the formula for velocity. V is equal to what, students? Dx by dt. Correct or not? So now here we can write it as dx by dt is equal to alpha times of root x. Okay, students. Now if you see carefully, students, this x dx, what you call dx is there, and here root x is there. Okay, students. So these are terms of x, and these are, one is in left hand side, one is in the right hand side. So what we have to do is bring it to one side. So generally we'll bring dx in the numerator, so therefore root x you bring to denominator. So that means dx by root x is equal to alpha times of dt. Alpha times of dt. Okay, students. So now since we want x from velocity, we have to go by integration. Correct or not, students? We have to go by integration. We have to go by integration. And integration is opposite of differentiation. Integration is opposite of differentiation. Okay, students. Integration is opposite of differentiation. So therefore what you have to do is take the integral here like this. Okay, students. Take the integral. Okay. So now, because they are asking function of x as a function of time t, if you see the question carefully, the displacement of the particle varies with time as. X as a function of time t. So therefore if you want to get x as a function of time t, then you have to do like this. This is called integration, students. Integration. Okay. So dx by root x, this I can write as x power minus half into dx. Correct or not, students? That is equal to alpha you take outside, integral dt. Okay students, so that is equal to integral dt will be t. Okay, now x power minus half dx students. So x power minus half, what is the formula? X power minus half. Now power will be raised or decreased? Raised. Plus 1 divided by minus half plus 1. So that implies x power half, correct or not students, divided by this also will be 1 by 2 is equal to alpha times of t, or we can write as alpha times of t is equal to 2 root x. Okay student, or t is equal to 2 by alpha times of, sorry, they want x as a function of time t, correct or not students? So therefore displacement as a function of time t. So therefore you can write this as x power half is equal to alpha by 2 times of t. Now if you take that one to means root, this actually half is called as root this side. So if it goes that side, then alpha by 2 times of whole square. So that means x is equal to alpha square by 4 into t square. So if this is a constant, so we can write as x as a function of x is proportional to what students? T square. X is proportional to t square. So option A is the correct one. Okay students, I hope you understood this one. So this is slightly different. So this point you have to be careful. Here v is not given as a function of time t. Okay students, now let us see next one. The velocity here, section B. Okay student, 26th question. The velocity of a body depends on time according to the equation v equal to 20 plus 0.1 t square. The body is undergoing uniform acceleration, retardation, non-uniform acceleration, or zero acceleration. So all the options are related to acceleration. So now velocity is given. How to find out acceleration students? V equal to 20 plus 0.1 t square. V is equal to 20 plus 0.1 t square. Now velocity is given and you are asked to, the options are given in terms of acceleration. So now how do you get acceleration from velocity students? Acceleration from velocity, please remember this diagram always. Acceleration I want from velocity means I should go by differentiation. So A is equal to dv by dt. So that is equal to d by dt of 20 plus 0.1 times of t square. So d by dt of constant is 0 plus 0.1 times of t square means 2t. So that means 0.2 times of t. So now acceleration is equal to 0.2 times of t means now with increase of time, that means as you substitute time equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, increase happen, acceleration also will increase. Will it decrease students? No. And time always starts from 0, 0, 1, because time cannot be negative. So that means acceleration cannot be negative. So that means now here it is a increasing acceleration. That means it is not uniform acceleration, because uniform means what you call constant acceleration. It is not constant acceleration. Correct or not students? Is it constant acceleration? Suppose if you substitute t equal to 0 means a is 0. If you substitute t equal to 1 means a equal to 0.2. If you substitute t equal to 2 means 0.4. Is acceleration constant? No. So therefore this is called as variable acceleration. Variable acceleration. Okay students, it is not uniform acceleration. Uniform means suppose if a equal to some 0.2 only all the time, meter per second square, then that is called as uniform acceleration. But here it is not. With increase of time, acceleration will increase. Or in other words, since acceleration is a function of time, obviously it has to be variable acceleration. So therefore it is called as non-uniform acceleration. It is neither zero acceleration, uniform, it is not uniform retardation also. Retardation means negative. When the sign for acceleration is negative, we call it as negative acceleration or retardation or deceleration. Okay students, but here it is not negative, it will always be positive. Okay student, so therefore option C is the correct answer. Okay, next one, 28th question. The motion of a particle along a straight line is described by the equation x is equal to 8 plus 12t minus t cube, where x is in meters and t in second. The retardation of the particle when its velocity becomes 0. Okay students, so first of all they are asking retardation, but at what point when its velocity becomes 0. Now function, now x is given, position is given, how to get, first we have to get velocity, then we should get acceleration. Correct or not, students? This is what they are asking finally, but first we should calculate when the velocity becomes 0. So for that, first we need to calculate velocity from x. How to get velocity from x? Again differentiation. So let us see. X is equal to 8 plus 12t minus of t cube. Correct answer? 8 plus 12t minus t cube. Now what is the retardation of the particle when its velocity becomes 0? So first let us calculate velocity. V is equal to dx by dt. That is equal, this is 0 plus 12 minus of 3t square. Now this should be equal to 0. So this implies we can write 12 is equal, or 3t square is equal to 12, or t square is equal to 4, or t is equal to 2 seconds. Correct? Actually plus or minus 2, but minus, since negative time is not there, we can take only positive value. So t equal to 2 seconds. So now they are asking retardation. Correct or not, students? So that means acceleration. So now let us first calculate acceleration function, that is a is equal to dv by dt. That is equal to d by dt of, what is v, students? Just now we got 12 minus 3t square. D by dt of 12 minus 3t square. So d by dt of 12 is 0 minus of this is 3 into 2t. So that means here you will get as minus 60. So since here acceleration is negative, so that means this must be deceleration. Correct or not, students? This must be deceleration or negative acceleration, okay, or retardation. Now they are asking this retardation when the velocity is 0. When the velocity is 0 at time t equal to 2. So substitute this value here. So that is equal to, a is equal to minus 6 times of 2, that is equal to minus 12 meter per second square. Okay, students. So I hope you understood. Minus indicates what? Just negative retardation, negative acceleration or retardation. So in the options only magnitude is given. Okay, students. I hope you understood this one. So these are all based on whatever we have done until now. Some problems we have solved in the class also. Next, 33. A particle moves along a straight line OX at a time t, the distance x is given. That means position. How long would the particle travel before coming to rest? Okay, students. How long? That means time they are asking. Okay. So how long means when the before coming to rest. Rest here means what, students? That means velocity is 0. Rest means its velocity is 0. So how much time it takes for the velocity to become 0? So x is given, we need to calculate velocity. So directly we can calculate v is equal to dx by dt directly. Correct or not, students? Dx I am directly differentiating. 40 means 0, 12t means 12 minus of 3t square should be equal to 0. Correct or not, students? So how long would the particle travel before coming to rest? How much distance, I think, student, meters is given. So now t square is 3t square equal to 12. So t square equal to 4, t equal to 2 seconds. Okay. So in 2 seconds it will come to rest. Now how much it will travel? Okay, student. So substitute this in the equation. 40 plus, so if you substitute t equal to 2 here, you will have x is equal to 40 plus 12 2s are 24 minus of t cube 8. Correct? So 64 minus 8. Okay, sir. So that means 56. So directly you will get the answer B. Okay. Next one. A point initially at rest moves along x-axis. A point initially at rest moves along x-axis. Its acceleration varies with time as 60 plus 5. If it starts from origin means time t equal to 0, x equal to 0. That is the given condition, students. At time t equal to 0, x is equal to 0. Then the distance covered in 2 seconds. Acceleration is given, students. Please remember. Acceleration is given as 60 plus 5. Acceleration is given as 60 plus 5. Okay, which is a function of time t. Now they are asking the distance covered. The distance covered in 2 seconds. Okay, so for that we need to calculate what, students? First velocity, and from velocity we have to calculate what you call displacement or distance, because as long as the body is traveling in a straight line, distance and displacement both are one and the same. So x, v and a. So now a is given. Now we need to calculate first velocity, and from velocity we need to calculate distance or displacement. This is actually displacement, but if the body travels in a straight line, it will always be distance and displacement will be same. So first let us calculate v is equal to integral a times of dt. So that is equal to 60 plus 5 times of dt. So that is equal to 6t square by 2 plus 5t plus c. Okay, students. So next, afterwards, acceleration. A is equal to integral v times of dt. Okay. So like this we can calculate. But now they are asking at what time, students, here if it starts from origin, the distance covered in 2 seconds is. If it starts from origin means what? Initially velocity is 0 at time t equal to 0. So substitute first. Let us, before calculating the acceleration, let us calculate this value of c, students. So for that, at time t equal to 0, x is equal to 0, or velocity is equal to 0, because it starts means velocity is 0, no, students. It starts means whenever an object is starting means its velocity is 0. So substitute these initial conditions here. So v equal to 0 is equal to 6 by 2 0 square plus 5 into 0 plus c. So that means c is equal to 0. So therefore equation for v is equal to 60 square by 2 plus 5t. Okay. Now from this we can calculate acceleration. What is the formula for the acceleration from velocity? A is equal to integral v dt. That is equal to 60 square by 2 plus 5t into dt. Okay, student. So 60 square by 2, that means 3 actually, 3 into t cube by 3 plus 5t square by 2 plus c. Okay, sir. So that is equal to t cube plus 5 by 2 times of t square plus c. Okay. Now they are asking what, students? The distance. Sorry. I think this is a distance covered. This is not. Sorry. This is not acceleration. This is called as distance covered. X is equal to integral v dt. First we calculated velocity. Now we are calculating distance. So that means from velocity we had to go by integration only to get the value of distance or displacement or position. Okay, students. So x is equal to, so t cube plus 5 by 2 t square plus c. Okay. So this is the equation for the position, students. Please remember, this is the equation for the position. Okay. Now what they are asking, the distance covered in 2 seconds. Now distance covered, or we can also call it as displacement covered. Correct or not, students? Displacement covered. Okay. So suppose let's say body is traveling here from t equal to 0 to t equal to 2 seconds. Now x is equal to, now this is the equation for x. Okay, students. So now since they are asking distance, which is called as displacement, I can write delta x is equal to, directly I can calculate delta x, no, students. Okay. Or otherwise delta, substitute this value of delta t equal to 0 and t equal to 2. Delta x is nothing but x at t equal to 2 minus of x at t equal to 0. So when you substitute t equal to 2, how much, students? 2 cube plus 5 by 2, 2 square plus c minus of, now substitute here 0 cube plus 5 by 2 times of 0 square plus c. c will get cancelled. So that means this is directly 8 plus this is 4 by 2 to 10. So that means 18 meters. Okay, students. I hope you understood, students, this one. So B option is the correct one. I hope all of you are understanding this one. Basically they gave acceleration and they are asking x. So we cannot go directly to x. We have to go by in between, that is velocity. First we have to calculate velocity, and then after calculating velocity you can calculate the position, and from position you can calculate displacement. But now here displacement and distance are same. Why? Because the body is traveling in a straight line without taking any U-turn. Only if the body takes a U-turn, then only there is a difference between distance and displacement. But as long as the body is not taking a U-turn, both are one and the same. Okay, students. So therefore here displacement and distance are same. Okay, students. Next one, 35. The displacement of a particle is given by y is equal to a plus bt plus ct square minus dt power 4. the initial velocity and acceleration are respectively. So here also you can easily calculate, just differentiate these two equations. This equation, this is displacement. So we can say velocity v is equal to dy by dt. And once you get velocity, you can calculate acceleration also. I think you can easily calculate. Initial they are telling. So initial means substitute time t equal to 0. Then you will get immediate direct answer. Suppose let's say velocity if you want. So velocity is equal to dy by dt. So now I am differentiating this equation, given equation by directly. Now differentiation of a 0, bt means b, plus ct square means 2ct minus 4dt cube. Now since they want the initial velocity time t equal to 0 is substitute. So that means the answer is b. So here either option A or C. Now you calculate now acceleration. Acceleration means again what you have to differentiate this one. That means b, when you differentiate this equation, that is velocity, then the differentiation of b is 0, differentiation for 2ct, that means 2c minus of 12 dt square. Okay, so that means again here you will get as if you substitute time t equal to 0, then you will have how much, students? 2c. So 2c will be there. So option C is the correct answer. So like this, once you practice, you can easily do it, students. Some questions are little tough. It will take some time because indirectly they will be giving some data. So therefore you need to give some time so that you understand the question, what is given and what is asked. Okay. Next one, 36. A particle moves a distance x in time t according to the equation x is equal to t plus 5 whole power minus 1. The acceleration of the particle is proportional to. Okay, student. So x is given here. So x is equal to t plus 5 whole power minus 1. T plus 5 whole power minus 1. Or we can also write it as x is equal to 1 by t plus 5. Correct or not, students? Now they are asking us to find out what is the acceleration in terms of velocity. Okay, or in terms of distance. Acceleration of the particle is proportional to. Okay, student. So now from x, how to get acceleration, students? X, velocity and acceleration. From x, how will you get acceleration? By doing differentiation 2 times. Okay, so if you calculate first dx by dt. Okay, so dx by dt, this you can write it as what, students? T power t plus 5 minus 1. Okay, or you can take it like this only. T plus 5 minus 1 means this is in the form of t power n. So that means d by dt of t plus 5 whole power minus 1. That is equal to minus 1 into t plus 5 whole power minus 1. That means minus 2. Because power will reduce, no, students, in differentiation. N into t power n minus 1 into, actually this is the formula for t power n, but here in place of t we have t plus 5. So into d by dt of t, it is a chain rule, no, students, d by dt of t plus 5, which will become, this value will become 1 only. Okay, so therefore answer will be minus 1 into t plus 5 whole power minus 2. Now they are asking acceleration. So acceleration a is equal to dv by dt. So again this you have to differentiate. So minus 1 you keep it like this. So if you consider again as a t power n formula, then minus 2 times of t plus 5 whole power minus 3 into d by dt of again t plus 5 will be 1. So that means answer will be 2 into t plus 5 whole power minus 3. Okay, student. So this is the acceleration equation. Okay. So now here we have to see acceleration as a function of distance or acceleration as a function of velocity, because in the options A velocity, B distance, C distance and D velocity. So now let us see how we can write in terms of velocity and distance, students. Okay. So suppose if you want to write in terms of velocity, students, suppose let us say, so A is equal to 2 times of t plus 5 whole power minus 3. Now in terms of velocity means we know velocity is given as what, students? V is equal to minus 1 times of t power 5 minus whole power minus 2. So here if you want to write whole power minus 2, students, okay, so what we have to do? If you want to write as a whole power minus 2 means then you have to divide and multiply. That means 3 by 2 into 2. correct or not, students? So that will become how much? T plus 5 whole power minus 3 by 2, correct or not, students? Into whole square, correct or not? Okay. Are you able to understand, students? I divided and multiplied by 2, okay, such that what will happen is I can write it as I can write it as this one. Here I can write it as like this: t power minus half whole power minus 2 into 3 by 2. Okay, of course 2 will be here. So now, is it correct or not, students? This 3 by 2 and 2 I wrote like this. Okay, I wrote 2 inside and 3 by 2 outside, okay, in the full bracket. Now t plus 5 whole power minus 2 is nothing but proportional to v only, no, students. So that means acceleration is proportional to v power 3 by 2. I hope you understood, students. Because here t plus 5 whole power minus 2, na? So t plus 5 whole power minus 2 whole power 3 by 2. So let us see in the answers. It is velocity, first option is correct, D option is not correct. Suppose if you want to write in terms of distance, students, suppose you want to write in terms of distance, then what you have to do? Distance is what? T plus 5 whole power minus 1. Okay. So A is equal to, we got the equation this one, A is equal to 2 times of t plus 5 whole power minus 3. Now if you want to write in terms of distance, distance is x is equal to t plus 5 whole power minus 1. So that means 2 into t plus 5, you can write it as minus 1 whole power 3. Correct or not, students? Then you can write, then this you can write, this is nothing but called as distance. So that is equal to A is proportional to distance whole power 3. Okay, students. So that means let us see, the option is given as, in the options you can see, students, they gave distance square in the option B, and in option C distance whole power minus 2. But actually in terms of distance, what is the answer, students? In terms of distance, what is the answer? T plus 5 whole power 3. Correct or not? T plus 5 whole power 3 is the correct answer. So therefore option A is the correct answer. Option A. Okay. So like this you can solve all the questions, students. Since time is less, I am solving some few questions only. Okay. Next question, I think 37. I think just now we solved 36. Next 37 is the velocity of a particle is given by v is equal to 5 minus t square meters per second. The average acceleration of the particle between 3 and 5 seconds. Average acceleration, students. Just like average velocity is nothing but change in displacement by change in time. Same way average acceleration means change in velocity by change in time. Correct or not, students? So average acceleration is equal to change in velocity by change in time. Change in time is what? 5 minus 3. Now change in velocity means v at 5 minus v at time t equal to 3. So just substitute this v5 means velocity at 5 seconds. v3 means velocity at 3 seconds. Now they gave the function of v directly in terms of t. So in place of t, first substitute 5, next substitute 3. That's all. Then you will get the answer directly. Suppose if you substitute 5, how much, friends? 5 square, 25. 5 minus 25 minus 20. So first minus 20 minus of substitute 3. 3 square 9. 5 minus 9. That means minus 4. Divided by 5 minus 3, 2. So minus 20 plus 4. That means minus 16. That means minus 8. Minus 16 by 2 means minus 8. So option B is the correct answer. I hope, students, you are understanding. Once you understand the basic concept, you can solve all problems in this homework which I have given. Maybe some 5 to 6 problems are difficult, but other than, I think I gave 15 to 20 questions. Remaining all you can easily solve, students. Okay. Next to 47th, this is also slightly not difficult, but you have to understand carefully, students. Okay. 47th question. Now let us see 47th. A particle starts from rest and moves with an acceleration of 2 plus mod of t minus 2 meter per second square. The velocity of the particle at t equal to 4 seconds is. Okay, students. So acceleration is given. Now they are asking velocity. That means you have to go by integration, students. Okay. So you have to be careful. Now let us see. A is equal to A is equal to 2 plus mod of t minus 2, correct or not, students? 2 plus mod of t minus 2 meter per second square. The velocity of the particle at t equal to 4 seconds is, what is the velocity of the particle at t equal to 4 seconds? So first we need to calculate, they're asking velocity of the particle at t equal to 4 seconds. Okay, student. Now students, if you see carefully, velocity at t equal to 4. Okay. Now here, if you observe carefully, this is a mod. Mod means what, students? Plus or minus. Correct or not, student? So this value will become minus when t is less than 2, and this value will be plus when t is greater than 2. Correct or not, students? I hope you understood, students. This one you have to first understand the given data. Okay. What is the given data here? Mod sign is given, mod sign. So now if you take, that means suppose let's say as time is changing, t equal to 1, 1 minus 2 means minus 1. Correct or not, students? So 2, 2 minus 2, 0, 3, 3 minus 2, 1, 4, 4 minus 2, 2. So for time less than 2, this mod of t minus 2 can be written as minus of t minus 2. Correct or not, students? Next, for t greater than 2, this mod symbol should be taken as positive. So that means mod of t minus 2, mod of t minus 2, t minus 2 is equal to t minus 2. Okay, students. So please remember this one. I think this will be taught in your mathematics. Okay, this will be taught in your mathematics. Okay. So therefore now you have to be careful. Now see here, students, acceleration a is equal to, now acceleration is not a what you call one function here. For t less than 2 it is one function, and for t greater than 2 it is another function. Okay. So now acceleration is equal to 2 plus of minus of t minus 2. Correct or not, students? That means directly I'll write it as here 2 minus of, so that means 2 minus t plus 2. So that means 4 minus t. So this is the equation for acceleration for t less than 2. Now what will be the equation for acceleration t greater than 2? A is equal to 2 plus t minus 2. So 2 will get cancelled. So acceleration equation will be equal to, here acceleration equation A is equal to t only, students. So please remember, students, here we have two equations for acceleration. One is a equal to 4 minus t, another is equal to a equal to t. Okay. Now we have to see what you call at t equal to 4 seconds. At t equal to 4 seconds, we need to calculate what, students? Velocity. So for finding out velocity at t equal to 4 seconds, what you have to do is until 2 seconds, the equation for acceleration is this one, and after 2 seconds, the equation for acceleration is this one. So therefore, this problem has to be divided into two parts. Okay, students, this problem has to be divided into two parts. Okay, one is less than 2, another is greater than 2. And they are asking at 4 seconds means greater than 2, students. I hope, students, you are understanding. T equal to, suppose let's say t equal to 0 here, t equal to 1, t equal to 2, and t equal to 3, and t equal to 4. Okay. Now they are asking at here. Okay. Now during this time the equation for acceleration A is equal to 4 minus t. Now during this time the equation for acceleration is t. Actually this is a problem on variable acceleration, students. Okay. Anyway, we'll discuss in the next two sessions. Okay. So now they're asking exactly at this point. Now how to get velocity from acceleration, students? Integration. So suppose if you take this one, velocity v is equal to integral a times of dt. Okay, students. So that is equal to, what is integral a here, students? T. So t into dt. Okay. So that is equal to, now here you can write it as t square by 2 plus c. Correct or not, students? V is equal to t square by 2 plus c. Now for this you need to calculate the what you call c value. Now how to get this c value? This c value is nothing but the initial condition. Initial condition means, for this initial means this one, t equal to 2. T equal to 2 is called as the initial. So at this point, if you can know what is the value of velocity, that value if you substitute here, and t as 0, and then substitute this value of v at this point, then you will get the value of c. Okay. Now to get this value of v, this v, if you want to calculate, you have to integrate this one, because this is at t, the acceleration equation a equal to 4 minus t until t equal to 2, no students. So therefore you can calculate velocity. Velocity is equal to integral a dt, that is equal to 4 minus t into dt. So that is equal to, this is 4t minus of t square by 2 plus c. Okay, students. So now here the particle starts from rest. Okay, here they gave a particle starts from rest. So starts from rest means v is 0 here. So 0, if you substitute 0, 0, 0, that means c is also 0. So that means v equal to 4t minus of t square by 2. So this is the equation valid until here, v equal to 4t minus of t square by 2. Okay. Now I want a t equal to 2. So substitute here t equal to 2, 4 into 2, 8, minus t 2 square 4, 4 by 2, 2. So that means 8 minus 2, 6. So okay, students, after getting the value of velocity, that is 6 meters per second at t equal to 2, at t equal to 2, this is at t equal to 2, now we got the velocity at this point as 6. So this velocity is equal to this much, students. So that means how much here? So v is equal to integral t by integral t dt means that is nothing but t square by 2 plus c. Okay. So v is equal to t square by 2 plus c. Now to get this value of c, substitute the initial conditions. Now what is the value of v at t equal to 2? Just now we got 6. So 6 is equal to, here t equal to 2, we should substitute 2 square by 2 plus c. So this implies c is equal to 6 minus 2, 4. So I hope students you understood. So now the value of the equation for velocity v is equal to t square by 2 plus 4, students. Okay. So now in this time, now we want the velocity at time t equal to 4. So directly substitute this value at this point t equal to 4 here. So that means v is equal to 4 square 16 by 2, 8 plus 4. So that is equal to 12 meters per second. I hope students you understood this one. So here you have to be careful that the acceleration is a variable. From t equal to 0 to t equal to 2, it is having one value. From t equal to 2 to t equal to 4, it is having another value. So now they are asking t equal to 4. So at that point, so if you want, first you have to calculate the acceleration equation from t equal to 2 to 4. Then you got the acceleration, then afterwards velocity. Now in that velocity equation C, if you want to calculate, substitute the value of velocity at t equal to 2, which you will get from the previous equation. From t equal to 0 to t equal to 2, first calculate acceleration, then velocity, then you will get the value of velocity. Then if you substitute that one, then you will get the C here, and then from this this is the final equation, v is equal to t square by 2 plus 4. So method is same, students. Previously until now we are given directly this equation, v equal to t square by 2 plus 4, and then you will be asked to find out what is the velocity at t equal to 4. But here we have to get that equation first. Indirect means they have given the information indirectly. Okay, students, I hope you understood. So this is the method. So some questions are difficult, but you have to solve those type of difficult questions only. Then only you will understand, students. So I hope you understood this one. So thank you very much, students.